Greetings, mortals. It is I, Remortis, coming at you with another guide to Palworld. This time, going over some of the more annoying farms in the game, such as getting things like cement, with getting either bones and pal fluids, or the high quality pal oil needed for polymer, or perhaps you might need some stuff for medicines and such as well. Either way, we'll be going over some of these more annoying farms and some easier methods on how to get them, as well as some pals that can assist us in this endeavor, and some locations for some optimal farming of some of these items. But fear not, there will be timestamps below to skip to what is relevant to you. And without further ado, let's just get right into it, shall we? So first and foremost, let's go over some of the pals that will be able to aid us in our journey of item collecting. So starting with Katress, who is a dark type monster. She's pretty solid overall, but her ability will let us gather more items when we kill neutral pals, such as Vixies or Eikthyrders, really is any of the neutral types. This is the pal that will let us get those neutral creatures, more importantly, their goodies, a little bit more often. Most notably, bones and horns. Their habitat, they can only be found at nighttime. This is usually where I find them, in this area right here. Let's go ahead and look at the regular map to see where that exactly is. So it's typically around the Ancient Ritual Site, Hippocrate Hill, Lake Center, and Cinnamoth Forest. Usually I find them right around this path right here, on the way to Elfindren. In the low 20s, and yeah, they're a pretty solid pal type. And then, even if you aren't using them to help you hunt for neutral monsters, they are a decent handiwork, medicine, and transporting. And the fact that they're dark type means that they will work throughout the night. You'll probably be using them a lot for their medicine or even their handiwork for nighttime crafting. Moving along, we will go to Cyrolinx. Similarly, Cyrolinx will allow us to hunt dragon pals a little bit better and get a little few more items off of them. As for their location, I've personally found them off of some large frost eggs, which you can easily find from traveling these cold, wintry areas. Both daytime and nighttime, they can be found up in this mountain up here. However, they're usually up in the 40s, so keep that in mind. So I think your best bet will probably be the frost eggs. That being said, there aren't too many dragons that you're going to be actively farming for goodies, at least not in this mid game. Most likely you'll have to do that kind of thing in the end game, so Cyrolinx will definitely be important for that. Moving on to probably one of the most important versions of these type of monsters, and that would be our good old pal Orserk, who seems to elude me every time I get to him. Either I kill him or yeah, I just kill him. I keep goofing up my catches. Anyways, here he is, our electric killer whale looking dude. He will allow us to gain more drops from water type monsters, which is immense, considering that we need pal fluids for just about a lot of crafts. We'll just put it at that. And we'll go over later what my favorite farming spot for those are, but this guy would really assist you in that, but can only be found in the 3rd sanctuary, or 2nd, I'm not sure which one is considered. I feel like these two are about the same level, but anyways, he's up in this sanctuary up here in the top. I've seen him a few times, and each time I found him, I accidentally killed him, so whoopsies. Hopefully I can catch him soon. But yeah, he'll allow you to get more water drops, which is very important to get those pal fluids even easier. So for Orserk, I'm pretty sure they have level 4 electricity generation, and I'm guessing they have handiwork a bit, maybe a decent amount of handiwork and transporting, who knows. I haven't gotten him yet. I'm sure somebody else has found him by now. Moving on, we got Faleris. It's essentially a fire nightwing. They will allow us to gain more goodies from ice pals. And they can be found same island. I actually did catch one of these. I got pretty lucky. Otherwise, they're pretty solid. They have kindling and transporting. Penking, on the other hand, you will find very early in the game, as he is a static boss monster at level 15. He can be also found in the sanctuary, but more realistically, you'll be finding him over here in the Red Forest, or whatever you want to call this area, the Desolate Church area. Anyways, he's a level 15 boss, and he will always be there and respawns every hour. Pretty good minion overall. Really great use in your base, with him being very versatile. Really good early guy. He does eat a lot of food, so keep that in consideration. But anyways, as for the purpose of this video, he lets you get more fire goodies from your fire pals you defeat. Pretty solid guy to have. Moving on, one of the other really good versions of this monster would be Vaelet, which will let you do extra generation from ground pals. Pretty solid, considering that one of our main targets for high quality oil are typically ground types, such as our Digtoise and Gummuds, which I'll showcase in a moment. Yeah, Vaelet is a very good one to get. I feel like you can get it fairly early. Maybe I just got lucky and it got in an egg, but you can find it in the sanctuary otherwise. Personally, I think your best bet is just getting a large verdant egg. Same thing for the Penking. If you can't get them in the boss form, typically they have a high chance to get them in the large damp eggs that you can find throughout the world. And then same thing goes for Vaelet with the large verdant. And speaking of eggs, Blazehowls on the other hand, these big beautiful flaming manticores, they will allow us to get extra drops from grass types. Blazehowls can be found in the western side of the mountain during the evening or daytime, and can also be hatched from large fire eggs. The same can be had with the Blazehowl Noct variant. However, this does not give us the same bonus as the Blazehowl Noct will let you get extra drops from neutral pals, just like our friend Katress. So either Blazehowl Noct or Katress are your way to go for these for neutral drops, and then they also have level 3 Kindling and level 2 Lumbering. I believe the regular Blazehowl has the same thing. I don't know yet, because same thing with my Orserks. I keep killing them on accident. Oopsies. But I imagine it's going to probably be something similar. Moving along, and for our last and final versions of these type of monsters would be one of the characters I haven't discovered yet. It is called Menatsing, which will allow us to get bonuses for electric drops. That being said, several of these type of mobs that we need to kill aren't that really important, considering we can buy a lot of their items off of the wandering merchants. But I will still showcase some farming routes if you don't want to spend your money. So starting off, one of the most annoying farms would be the farms for your cement in terms of your bones, horns in terms of your medicines, and the best route to find those would be generally in this area. Pretty much this whole quadrant here, as any Vixies, Ecthyrdeers, or the Rushors are really good sources of bones from the Rushor and the Vixies, as well as the Ecthyrdeer, which will give us horns. Another good spot to farm for these items, actually, would be on the other sanctuary island up here. As you are making your way to potentially farm for various monsters up there, including the elusive Orserk in my case, you'll end up fighting a lot of mobs. If you decide you want to just kill them to make the respawns force quicker, a lot of the mobs there will drop horns or even bones, and even ingots, so that's pretty good. So that's if you're level 40-ish or upper 30s, low 40s, that's a really good spot to farm. Otherwise, you can totally just massacre everything down in this area, but realistically, you'll probably just go ahead and buy this from the Wandering Merchant. They sell them fairly cheap, and it's pretty easy to get money in this game. So that's my preferred method, is just buying the bones, buying the horns. and buying your electric parts and venom parts and flame parts even. Although there are some pretty good pals that can generate those flame things. But that's not what we're here for this video. We're here for the bones, the horns, and the most annoying one, in my opinion, is the pal fluids. In which case, we will be farming them in this location called Gobfin's Turf. This place is awesome to farm pal fluids as it spawns several packs of Gobfins in about 3 to 4 packs, each of them dropping pal fluids. So typically I like to bring a pal that has an electric type move that is an AoE. Now keep in mind you don't have to have an electric pal per se, but as long as you have the electric move, that's all that really matters. Anyways, this is going to be your typical onslaught place to harvest those pal fluids. It's a very great farm. And really easy, really quick too. Fairly tightly packed. And then the other annoying farm that is very important for our good old high quality pal oil, mostly using for our polymer, which is used in a variety of goods, such as your weapons and other things for that matter. In which case, we'll be farming dumb muds, which typically only drop 1 or 2 pal oils tops. To verify, we can check their habitat, which is going to be right in this desert. They're very low level. Yeah, you can farm them along this coast, but these are up in the 30s, whereas these are only at a max the upper teens. We'll be also fighting Digtoise, which can be found in the same location. And similarly, they also drop pal oil, but they also drop ore, so just keep in mind you might get a little heavy from all that ore. And last but not least, we will also be able to find some Mammorets there. Yes, it says their habitat is down here, but you might find some syndicate thugs trying to hunt down the Mammorets as just random spawns up and down this area. All throughout this area, actually. So you can go ahead and do a little quick kill on them while you're in the middle of fighting all your Digtoise and or Dummuds. And Mammorets are a really good source of high quality oil. Usually you get about 6 to 9, more or less, and then depending if you have good old pal Blazehowl with you, you might even get even more. And yeah, that is that. Hopefully, just knowing that these 2 locations will be able to help you get your high quality oil, and then more importantly, the pal fluid, which tends to be the most annoying farms in my opinion. Hopefully that will aid you in your gathering of all these things, and maybe you can spend a little less time crafting those pal spheres and out actually adventuring and exploring, and more importantly capturing things and leveling up. Alright, I hope you guys like this guide. Nice, quick, and easy for you. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more guides like this, or also comment down below of what you'd like to see in a future guide. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next guide. Farewell for now.